I used to think success was about making huge decisions, changing everything, starting strong, becoming a completely different person overnight. But the more I watched people grow, the more I realized something simple. Most people do not fail because they are lazy. They fail because they make the first step too heavy. They create a goal so big that their brain immediately starts looking for a way out. I need to change my body. I need to fix my money. I need to build a business. I need to become disciplined. These goals sound powerful, but inside your brain, they feel like a wall. And when the wall feels too big, you do not climb it, you avoid it. So here is the idea that changed the way I look at progress. Do not start with the life you want. Start with the smallest proof that you are moving in that direction. Not a perfect routine, not a massive plan, not a new identity in one day. Just proof, a tiny action that tells your brain, see, I can do this. If you want to get healthier, do not begin with a perfect workout plan. Begin with putting on your shoes and walking for 3 minutes. That counts. If you want to read more, do not promise yourself one book a week. Read one page. That counts. If you want to organize your money, do not try to fix your whole financial life tonight. Open your bank app and look at where your money went yesterday. That counts. If you want to become more confident, do not force yourself to change your entire personality. Send one message, ask one question, say one honest sentence. That counts. Because your brain does not need a miracle. It needs evidence. Every small completed action becomes evidence. Evidence that you are not stuck. Evidence that you can move. Evidence that you are the type of person who actually finishes what they start. And once your brain starts collecting that evidence, something interesting happens. Progress becomes less scary. The action becomes familiar. The thing that once felt uncomfortable slowly becomes normal. And that is the real secret. You do not destroy your comfort zone. You stretch it, one small action at a time. Today, 3 minutes of walking feels like effort. After a while, it feels normal. Then 10 minutes feels possible. Then 20 minutes feels natural. And one day, you look back and realize you became a more active person without forcing yourself through pain every single day. The same works with money. At first, saving $1 may feel pointless, but it is not about the dollar. It is about the signal. You are teaching your brain, I am someone who keeps something for the future. Then $1 becomes 5. 5 becomes 10. 10 becomes a habit. And the habit becomes part of your identity. That is how real change happens. Not through one emotional burst, not through a motivational video that makes you feel unstoppable for 20 minutes, but through tiny promises that you actually keep. Most people do the opposite. They get inspired. They create a huge plan. They try to change everything at once, and then real life happens. They get tired. They get busy. They miss one day, and suddenly the whole plan feels broken. So they stop, not because they cannot grow, but because their system was too fragile. A good system should survive a bad day. That is why your first goals should be almost impossible to fail, not because you are weak, but because you are building trust with yourself. And self-trust is one of the most valuable things in life. When you keep a small promise to yourself, your brain starts listening to you differently. It stops seeing your goals as empty words. It starts seeing them as instructions, and that changes everything. Want to learn a new skill? Do not say, I will study for 2 hours every day. Start with 5 minutes. Open the lesson. Watch one short part. Write one note. Done. Want to improve your relationships? Do not wait for a perfect, deep conversation. Start with one small moment of attention. Send a kind message. Give a real compliment. Say thank you for something specific. Done. Want to build a better future? Do not sit there trying to design your entire life. Choose one small action today that your future self would thank you for. Done. That is how you create momentum. You complete one small action, then another, and slowly your brain starts to enjoy the feeling of being someone who moves forward. This is why consistency is not really about being hard on yourself. Consistency is about making progress simple enough that you can repeat it. Because if a goal only works when your mood is perfect, when your energy is high, when your life is calm, then it is not a real system. It is just a temporary mood. A real system works even on average days, even when you are busy, even when you are not motivated, even when life is not perfect. That is why small goals are so powerful. They keep the chain alive, and once the chain is alive, you can make it stronger. You do not need to start with discipline. You build discipline by keeping small promises. You do not need to start with confidence. You build confidence by collecting small wins. You do not need to start as a successful person. You become successful by repeatedly acting like someone who does not abandon themselves. So stop asking, how do I change my whole life? Ask a better question. What is the smallest action I can complete today? Not the biggest, not the most impressive, not the one that would look good online. The smallest real action, because once you complete it, you create a win. And once you create a win, your brain wants another one, then another, then another. And after enough small wins, your life starts moving in a new direction. Quietly, slowly, but seriously. And in a few years, people will look at you and think you changed suddenly. But you will know the truth. You did not change suddenly. You changed one small promise at a time. So here is the whole idea. Make your goals so small that your brain stops resisting them. Make your actions so simple that you can repeat them on bad days. Make your progress so consistent that your identity has no choice but to change. Do not try to become a new person overnight. Give yourself one small proof today, then another tomorrow, then another after that. That is how you build a life, not by fighting yourself every day, but by training your brain to trust your direction. Small action, small win, small proof, every day. That is the system.